New York City Mayor Mamdani, a commie for sure, socialist, he says, is causing New York City to become a very dead place. Media is leaving, celebrities freaking out even after they decided to give him the push to be in the seat in Gracie's mansion. Today, we'll tell you the latest where he's attacking Amazon. And, oh, by the way, Florida says, thank you, Mamdani. You are our biggest source of economic growth. Hello, folks. It's your friendly neighborhood pro, and it's back to work we go, exposing entertainment, keeping you ahead of the culture curve. And today, we're swerving up to NYC, yet again, the Big Apple, where, well, it's becoming less of a Big Apple, that's for sure. And why? Well, because communism is on the rise, and Mayor Mamdani is chasing out big companies, including media moguls and celebrities. We'll tell you all about it. Click the like button, and we start now. It's an NYC exodus, and it's because of the communist mayor, Mamdani, who is sending Hollyweirds away from New York. You say, well, wait a minute, Hollyweird is in California. Well, folks, let me tell you, New York is the second biggest media market in the United States of America, which means it's probably the second biggest market in the world. And, well, it's done for. How so? Well, take a look at this from New York Post. Ariel Zilver writing this one. Florida official thanks Economic Developer of the Year. New York City communist mayor Mamdani with savage Times Square billboard. It says a Florida business is boosting and trolling New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani in the heart of Times Square, thanking him for sending jobs, companies, and wealthy residents south as the Sunshine State looks to capitalize on a years-long migration of New Yorkers. The Florida Chamber of Commerce on Monday, the Florida Chamber of Commerce unveiled a digital billboard at Broadway and West 43rd Street naming Mamdani's Florida's Economic Developer of the Year and declaring thanks for the jobs. Talk about putting their nose in it and rubbing it. Quote, we want to thank him for the jobs, the companies, the people that they're pushing out of New York, and a lot of them are coming to Florida. You can see the billboard here, folks. Mayor Zohran Mamdani, Florida Economic Developer of the Year, thanks for the jobs, paid for by the Florida Chamber of Commerce. Not authorized, approved, or endorsed by Mayor Zohran Mamdani. I bet not. There he is. Wow. The stunt comes against the backdrop of a migration pipeline that swelled during the COVID era when remote work and a hunt for more space helped accelerate departures from New York, particularly among prime working age and higher income households. Now, this would be a political story, except that, ladies and gentlemen, it's far more than that. You see, companies and media are leaving New York in droves, and it's going to turn it into the next Detroit. Ariel Zilber also writing this one for the New York Post. Mamdani escalates Amazon fight. Backs bill that risks price hike for customers as retailer threatens to move NYC operations. How many times can we see this? Companies are leaving New York and California, and as they do, they're leaving in their wake the idea that media companies are also hitting the brakes on these areas. That's going to send media far and wide across the US of A to places like Texas, Tennessee, Florida, Nevada, and beyond. The article says New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani is throwing his support behind controversial legislation that would force Amazon and other delivery giants to directly employ thousands of drivers. Despite warnings, the policy will force Amazon outside the 5 boroughs and lead to slower, more expensive deliveries. Mamdani on Monday backed the Teamsters-supported Delivery Protection Act, which would bar companies from subcontracting core warehouse and delivery work at last-mile facilities and require workers to be directly employed by the facility operator. Quote, corporations like Amazon build billion-dollar business models by insulating themselves from accountability through a system of exploitative subcontracting, the mayor said in a statement. Now, this is the guy who has recently been told that families may turn their backs on him at 9/11. This is the guy who was caught in a mosque where they were saying, delete the infidels. This is a guy who has been called out for despising the people who backed him so much that he doxed about 90 or 900,000 residences of people that are going to pay his new tax. And I think that finally, even the celebrities are starting to feel the pain of this guy. Blaine, New York is one of the cities that everybody knows across the world. Everybody knows New York, a Big Apple. And this guy in record time has trashed the place to the point now that people are trying to escape. So are media companies. You've seen celebrities come out and say, I didn't know this was going to affect me. I didn't know that these taxes were going to affect me. I didn't know that my name was going to be put out in a doxed paper. Blaine, it's regret time, and I think it's going to get worse and worse. They get a long time still with this guy.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to be a complete and total moron to be surprised by what is happening in New York. That's the thing. This was all predicted. This was all, everybody called this, and the dude pretty much said that this was exactly what was going to happen, and he's doing it now. And I mean, I'm in a state where we are also seeing a heavy flow of New York people. I'm in North Carolina, and it is like hard to find people from here at this point. Everybody's from New York or somewhere up in that vicinity. So it is not a surprise. And I think that they are absolutely going to keep going through the same reckoning that California is. They're making a lot of the same types of decisions, except for Mamdani is honestly possibly more extreme in some ways than these others. So this is going to continue to happen, and it's going to get worse. And like you said, they've got like 3 more years or however long of this dude. So
they got a long time with Mayor Mamdani, and he's going to drive them communist crazy. But Caro, we saw celebrities come in and absolutely push for Mamdani, whether it's been Miss Rachel or Cardi B or Mark the Ruffalo Gruffalo or Pedro, or I mean, all these celebrities wanted to have Zohran Mamdani be in charge. They wanted communism. And in fact, I'll show you, Caro. This continues on. It says Cardi B teams up with New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani to push free childcare. Sometimes us women, we really can't go forward because we don't have nobody, says Cardi B. Here's the video, folks, so you can just see.
Again, no sound.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, we can't hear this?
Yeah, no.
Good Lord. Marv, I'm sending you the link. You ready?
Yep.
On your mark.
You're here, Marv.
On your mark, get set, go. Marv, there's the link. We'll switch over to Marv's feed. I don't know what's going on. I've tried to fix that, but
Marv's a hero.
He's a hero.
He's a hero.
He's the man. He's the man. He can.
Like
all right, Marv.
Yep, got it.
He's moving as fast as human fingers can go. All right, here we go. Here's Marv. Cardi B, Zohran Mamdani. Play it for us, Marv.
Yeah. Can you believe that? We got a 34-year-old mayor.
We do.
Like, I feel like I'm a kid, and you're like running New York.
I'm right there. Cardi, what do you think about free childcare?
I feel like free childcare is very important. Sometimes us women, we can't really go forward because we don't have nobody to help us take care of our kids.
This fall, we're starting to deliver universal 2K,
Yes.
which is just like pre-K, just like 3K, but 2K for 2-year-olds.
Yes.
Free childcare, 2,000 seats in the fall.
Wow.
And they're going to be seats in the Bronx, starting it up. Shout out to the BX. And enrollment actually starts in June.
Wow.
And we had a question for you.
Yes.
We're going to have a competition to create a jingle.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So New Yorkers are going to submit their best jingle.
Oh, wow.
And we wanted to know if you would help judge that competition.
Oh, I will judge it for sure.
Cardi's going to help you.
Yes.
I'm going to be judging it too. Don't worry.
I'm gonna, no, the mayor's going to help you. And I'm going to judge, and he's the one with the fun. Yeah. Amen.
Thank you so much.
He's
All
not
right,
the one
so-
with the funds. The taxpayers are the ones with the funds.
Right. So the reason they've got to, they're going to charge all these people, right? And the reason the rich people are leaving is because they need like $10 billion. And this is the kind of stuff they're doing. Free childcare for everybody. How do you pay for this stuff? And what do you think about 2-year-olds being in the control of the state?
That's the thing. Leave your kids with this guy.
Can I also point out that he asked her about free childcare when you know she's got a personal nanny? She don't care. That doesn't matter.
She's got
to
a
her.
dozen personal nannies.
She's like, we women. I'm like, no, you're not the same as these women.
Yeah.
That's like asking, like, the princess or the queen of England. It's like, so, like, what do you think about free childcare? And she's like, I already have it. Like, like,
it's so
here's the thing.
Deaf.
Here's the thing. If you want to pay for childcare for everybody, and that's okay, maybe it's noble. Okay, I don't know that it's noble, but let's pretend it's noble for a minute. Okay, the idea that all women are going to get free childcare for their 2-year-olds. Okay, to do that, you probably need companies like Amazon to be there. So he's simultaneously offering, and this is the communist playbook, right? He's simultaneously offering all of these free things that are extremely expensive, and somebody has to pay for it. That's the rich people, while he drives business and the rich people out of the city. So that's not sustainable. This will collapse, and that's why companies are trying to get out of New York City as fast as they possibly can. Nobody is going to New York. Nobody's trying to get into New York. And well, I'll withhold my comment about why so many people might need childcare, but I'll withhold that for now. But it's not because New York is a great place to be. Hey. All right, panel, what do you think about this idea that you've got media companies, you've got big companies, retailers, Amazon trying to flee out of this place, and at the same time, New York is, trying to provide everything you can imagine for free.
Look, at the end of the day, it is we all needed a stark wake up call and an example of why communism doesn't work, especially in the United States. I just wish we did not have to sacrifice the greatest city in the world for that to happen. But unfortunately, that's apparently what's happening now. Is New York is going to collapse with this guy. And then, and everyone's going to point to it as a huge failure. And it's going to be, well, we just didn't try the right kind of communism with him. And then the next person's going to come in.
You can see some of the celebrities that are named in that doxed paper where he's going after his own supporters now. A-list New Yorkers named on Mamdani's potential pied-à-terre tax list includes supporters like Cynthia Nixon, Anna Wintour, top of the top celebrities over in New York City. You may not have heard of them, but these are big-time movers and shakers. Tech moguls, fashionistas, artists, etc. And it's going to be interesting because this guy's a true believer. They thought they were going to put their own version of communist at the head of New York City. That's not happening. Mm-mm. So, Blaine, I'll give you the final word on all of this. It's a sad thing to see New York collapsing, but I think we actually are heading in that direction now. They got a real believer. This guy is not a fake communist, even if everything else about him is fake.
Right. Yeah, that's the thing. And it's like I said earlier, it's not a surprise. And I think that these people that, like you said, they think that this is the person that's going to fix something. And we keep seeing the same thing happening over and over and over again, where they think that they've got the right person in there and then they just destroy it. And so this is going to keep happening until these folks finally learn that this just doesn't work. And maybe it does need to be on a grand spectacle of a city like New York to really prove that this is a mistake and that these things just aren't going to take part in a functioning society in the United States.
Absolutely. Marv, I've sent you a link. We'd like to play one more video if it's okay with you. This one is literally breaking today. A video has resurfaced where Mamdani gives the playbook for how it is that you take over America's second largest media city and destroy it. Mm-hmm. So we'll get that up on the screen, folks, in just a second. And let's see, Marv, do we get that? He's sharing it right now. We'll show you what this is. Yep, here we go. We're ready to go. Here we go, folks. Here is the video with Mamdani.
I think that with the interesting thing about our communities here is I think that minority communities, because we have never...
What is this accent that he's using? All right.
It changes all the time. We've shown this too. He changes his accent all the time. And not like between two of them. Lots of different accents he uses.
Had representation. We are tied much more to identity. White communities, they've had representation forever. And so for them, their tie is a little less identity and a little more ideology. And so what I mean by that is we have a lot of voters here who think of themselves first as progressive voters. Mm-hmm. And so we reach out to them speaking about our platform, our progressive platform. And you're very right that you need someone in the middle to be a validator, someone to tell them to trust us, believe in us. We've had that with Tiffany Caban and Cynthia Nixon. I think that with the...
There you go, folks. It's all about...
Even named Cynthia Nixon, who he just doxed.
And then he doxed her. This is not how he speaks, though, by the way, as mayor. And when he is in the mosque, the video we played with when he's in the mosque, it's a totally different thing. So that's where we are, folks. Actors are getting out of New York City because they put an actor, Mamdani, in, and he's not acting anymore when it comes to communism. You know, one of the greatest things we get to do each and every day is speak out and reach out to folks who don't know how entertainment works. And frankly, we think entertainment matters so much. It's why we do what we do. And you can help us send this out to even more folks. Click that like button, share, subscribe, and drop a comment down below. And wouldn't you know it, folks, we're even on Patreon. It's www.patreon.com/WDW Pro. We've got to go, but until the next time, keep learning, keep growing, and as always, keep having fun.